Hello everyone, I am Anu. Welcome to Creative Coder Zone. So today's session is about Selenium WebDriver. As we have seen introduction and basic stuff in the previous session. Next topic is how to work with web elements, that is text boxes, links, drop down, etc. Now what are the web elements? I have once explained. When you are going to open any website, then what are the elements on that web page, like text boxes, then links, drop downs, check boxes, all of that are web elements. So we need to first whatever the things about that web elements, we need to know about that. Some methods and concepts have to be clear about that web elements before going to write code. Okay. So while writing code, very first thing is the concept is Chrome driver. Chrome driver is nothing but the Selenium WebDriver uses the Chrome driver to communicate test scripts with Google Chrome. Now when we are writing code or test scripts and we are running that test scripts, then there is a one concept Chrome driver which communicate our test scripts to the Google Chrome. So that is one of the class. Selenium WebDriver uses Chrome driver, that is one of the class which communicate test scripts with the Google Chrome. Second one option is Chrome options. Now in some previous versions of Chrome browser, we need to update that Chrome browser whenever there will be a new version will be launched. In some previous version, that has to be updated when new version of that browser will come. But nowadays that Chrome option, this is also specific class in Selenium WebDriver. It handles all the modifications and settings of the browser. So there is no need to update that Chrome browser. So that is one of the specific class we need to write that code in our that Selenium code. Next one is that get method. I have explained once what is get method. Actually when we are going to open any link or before going to open any website, we just have to enter that URL of that web page in the URL box. So this link will be open with the help of get method, .get method. So .get method is a WebDriver method used to open any link to open application through instance. Instance is a driver. Like for example, if we want to open Facebook, then we have to write the code like driver.get and that URL in that quotation marks and round bracket we have to write the Facebook URL. So in this step it will open the Facebook page. So any URL which we want to open that page, then that page URL should be right in the driver.get method code. Sorry. Now next one is find element method. If we want to execute test cases that specific for the specific web element in our page, like if I want to enter username in that username text box in the login page of any web page like Facebook or like redditmail.com, but Selenium doesn't know that which web element I have to test, which element in which web element I have to enter the value. So we must tell that Selenium that we have to identify that web element with the locators value. So the locators are like name, ID, class name, all are the locators. So we should tell the Selenium that the locators value, like if username text box value is username, then we should tell the Selenium that the text box which has a username name, I have to test with that web element or with that text box, because so many text boxes are there. If you open that any web page, then so many web elements are there. But if we want to test on any specific web element, then we have to take the locator name and we have to tell the Selenium that this specific name locator, this specific name text box or web element have to test. So this identification of that web element is done by the find element method. It is used to find the web element on the page. By is a class and name is its method. So by dot name means name is that method, and it is also called the locator name. So by dot name, that is the code to identify any web element. If you want to search that web element by name, then we have to write by dot by is a class and with the parameter name, and its value will be like email. If that text box is the email text box, then its value will be email. So we can find that value of that locators on that web page. I will explain that in the next step. Now next is, if we want to enter that username, or if you want to enter any value in that web elements or in that text boxes, then send keys is a method we can perform actions on web elements. So through that send key method we can enter the values in the text boxes. Now just I have explained like that. Locators in Selenium are the tools that help to identify and interact with the web elements. They are fundamental part of Selenium foundation. For example, locators are name, ID, class name, tag name, XPath, etc. Okay, so these are the concepts. While writing all that methods and all that concepts are while write there will be that concept while writing a code, so we should know about it. Okay, so when we are going to test any application, like for example I am taking here redditmail.com, that page, login page. So there are web elements like username text boxes. These are the text boxes. These are the labels, username, password. This is also label. This is link, forgot password. This is button, submit button, image. These are also links. So in web page there are so many links, so many text boxes also. Here are only two text boxes, but in another web page also it is not needed that there is one or two only text boxes or links. There are so many web elements are there, will be present there. So we need to first identify that web element and we have to tell the Selenium that specific web element I have to test. Now how to identify, how to go for the locators value. Now this is the, I want to, whatever the code I want to write there, I want to write the code for entering values, this username text box and password text box. So I have to first tell the Selenium that these text boxes have to test and have to enter value. Now how to extract that values or locators values from that web element. So just click on it, sorry, right click on it, go for inspect. It is username text box. Okay. So after inspecting that username text box, just I have right click on it, that same web element properties have to be highlighted here. See here. So locators are their name, which are the in brown color name, that are the locators, like name, max length, ID, type, tab index, value tab index are all the locators, and the names or text in that blue color, that are the values. These are the values of that locators. So if I want to take the locator name, then its value will be login. Okay, if so, that text box, username text box locator name has value login. So I can tell the Selenium that this text box which has a locator value is login, I want to test like this. So just name is the locator name, id is the locator name, max length is the locator name. So mostly we have taken id or name for testing any web element. So I am taking this locator name value login. Just click on it and paste it, sorry, copy it, right click and copy it. So login will be the locator's value. Okay, so if I want to test that first username, then by inspecting that value I can take locator's value, like name is a locator value. So just I have inspected that value, and now this value I have to write in my code. Now what will the code? So just go for Eclipse. This is my Selenium project, and in that Selenium project I have created new Sele pack, that is the package for and in that package all my Selenium programs files are stored. So I am going to create new file, new class in that package. Just right click on it and create new package, sorry, class. I am giving here WebDriver method like this. Web elements. So new class created here. So very first thing I have to write interface WebDriver and have to create its instance like driver. WebDriver's W will be, should be capital. Import this WebDriver. Now second thing, first we have created instance driver from the interface WebDriver. Second thing, we have to open the browser. So how do you open browser? That system is a class, system dot get property WebDriver is its code to open any browser. Dot driver and give its path wherever your chrome.exe is stored. So I am taking this path in the previous file. I have stored that path where chrome.exe file is stored. So it will open your browser. Now next step is we have inspected that elements. Sorry, before going to write that code, we have to take the public method can take any name. I am taking relevant name. So you have to take first public method and then we will call it in the main. Now we are opening this browser. Now for handling that browser or any modifications in the browser, so handle that modification we have to take the Chrome options. Create its object Chrome option. So for handling browsers methods or any modifications, we have to take here Chrome options class. Import it. Okay, we'll take. So I have imported it Chrome options class. Now again one line of code. So like that we have done with Chrome options. Now next one is whatever our test script have to be communicate with our browser. So we have to take the driver instance and then Chrome driver class and pass this parameter CO to that Chrome driver. Now through that Chrome driver we can communicate our test scripts to the browser. Now next one is we have to maximize the window. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. It will maximize the window after opening that Chrome browser, and then we have to open our web page, for which we have to test some net problem issue is there. So it is that whatever the code is not properly here running. So how to get that, or how to enter that URL? Driver.get property, you can enter that URL. So I am opening this website already, so you should open that website first, then go for URL box, just click on it and copy this path and paste in the driver.get method. Now the next main part is how do you identify that web elements which we are going to test. So the driver dot find element is a method to identify that web element which we are going to test. Find element, then in bracket by which you are going to, by which locator you are going to find that element. So I am taking here name locator, id locator is there also, max length locator is also there, but I am taking here name locator, and its value, so its value will be like, I have to inspect once I have explained it. That are the locators like type, id, which are in brown color, max length, name. So I have taken name locator and its value is login. Double click on it and copy, and then paste in that locator's value here. Login. And after that, this text box whose locator's value is login, I want to enter some value. So for entering any value in that text box, we have to take the send keys method. If I want to take Vinod, like that. So like that you can enter the value for password also, and then you have to take main, and in main you have to create the object of that class, this class, and you can call that method, so that this method will be, web element method will be run. This test script will be run and it opens first browser, then whatever the URL, it maximize your window, then whatever the URL you have entered, it will open that link or page, and with the send keys, and first it finds that locator, finds that web element with the locator name and its value, and it enter that value with the send keys. So this is the program. Now this is actually some server problem, some net problem is there. So I have already programmed. So I am running this. Okay, so like that we can test the web element.